when in any social situation would this ever happen? Who would try and take a corpse on a taxi? You could do it very easily.
His head was the shape of a shovel.
What?
Okay.
What?
Do you f***ing care for what you say? No,
To stop a dog going for you shove your finger up its arm.
Yeah.
This coffee is disgusting. It tastes like chemicals. It tastes like really shit Weetabix, and then someone's poured a bit of bleach on it.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Threeskins podcast, episode 29. Fucking hell. 29 hours, if not more, because some of them are over an hour. 29 hours.
It's about 40 hours.
Yeah.
It's fucking... If you... I mean, I don't know how I've even managed to sit through and do it with you guys. So, like, people that have watched it all, fuck wow. Fair play, but, you know.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, I've never really done much like this.
No. But it's
Looking
weird.
back on it, I'm like...
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
It's weird, though, because it seems like so much to do. Like, when you write it down on paper, like, film once a week, it's got to be an hour to an hour and a half. You have to edit that and get that out every Sunday. But in, like, retrospect, it's like the editing can take, like, a day, maybe two. And then the filming is just an hour and a half of just chatting shit like we would have done anyway.
I'd say probably the biggest... Well, I found, since I've been editing, the biggest problem is waiting.
Rendering.
Fucking rendering.
This is...
Rendering's by far the worst part.
Yeah, and that's the part where you don't actually have to do anything. You just have to sit and wait, but it's such a fucking piss take. Sucks.
What have y'all been up to this week?
I've been driving a lot because obviously I passed my test and now I've got a car. So
yeah, fucking hell, you've been driving around, haven't you?
Little Ford Focus.
Oh yeah, the last fucking podcast, Greg giving it, you could just drive for Scotland. You could just drive to Scotland now, I like long drives.
And I
asked him
to Scotland.
Yeah, I asked him to come down to Winchester and see me. He's like, bro, that's like half an hour away.
Nah,
like, you're a fucking bellend.
The biggest problem for me is petrol. I forgot.
Welcome.
You have to pay petrol.
Welcome to the life of driving. It's the worst thing.
I've only spent like 30 quid so far. It's not that bad.
You wait. It's just our country that get fucked over as well. Because when I had visitors over from America, and he was like, he compared the petrol prices, and he was like,
they get so
just
cheap.
because of this, I couldn't live out here. He's got like a gigantic truck, and he was like, I put $10 in it. He said, if I moved this truck over to England to fill it up completely, it would cost me about £340.
I am pretty sure though that Americans' oil is blood money.
Yeah, well, they've got
their country's a lot bigger as well, though.
They've got a lot of their own oil, but they store it. They stockpile it. So what they're doing is they're importing loads of oil.
Stealing all the oil.
Yeah. No, legit. That's what their plan is, because obviously the oil crash is going to happen like about 30 years from now, 40 years. And their idea is they're going to keep buying oil off everyone else, because everyone's going to sell it, because they're going, well, we're paying you cash.
Imagine how much oil they could get out of fucking ringing
else
Donald
runs
Trump's
out of oil,
pants out.
They're going to have tons left.
Bastards.
Stop
shitting on the Americans.
Why don't we all just use vegetable oil, because you can.
Or electric cars, which is now the big thing. I would definitely have an electric car. The only problem I've found at the moment is the only place I ever see the charging stations is at like service stations on the motorway.
Yeah,
and it's like if I was in the middle of the New Forest and this thing died.
Yeah.
What do you do?
You go.
I was gonna say, with electric cars, why don't they just create a huge battery that you put on top like a roof rack? Or the roof rack, like the charging things that you can put on your phone.
It's just a normal Duracell battery, but it's like it's been through that thing in Willy Wonka, and it's massive, and it's on the roof. Like
hydrogen buses,
they don't sound safe.
They have their hydrogen things on the top of them.
That does not sound.
That
safe.
Sounds like some like awful experiment that happened in like the 60s that resulted in mass death. Now we study the hydrogen bus.
Isn't that how the Zeppelin went mad?
My driving instructor's
one of
our students like crashed a car, and his replacement was a hybrid. So
there's some that are like part fuel, part.
And it basically for the majority of it will go electric until the juice runs out, and then it just turns the petrol engine on.
That's good. Even just doing that would cut down so much.
The one thing I noticed, and it's probably a bad thing, and it's just too quiet. And the reason that's bad is because of animals. I noticed that cats.
Oh fuck yeah!
Cats do not pay attention to the fact that there's a car coming because they can't hear it. Where they used to, and they're like
electric cars. You can be doing like 80, and it's like.
Yeah,
that's fine. It doesn't make any noise.
Fucking so silent.
Yeah, but but most electric cars don't they also have those sensors to stop if there is a cat on the road?
The one I driven. Well,
yeah, but if you're going fucking 60 down some country lane and a cat jumps out, it doesn't matter.
Well, I don't understand. You remember those old remote control cars that you could get from like Toys R Us, and then there was a special one that come out, and it had like a lever underneath that made it jump over things.
Yeah, I remember
you get one of them.
Yeah, man.
Just flip over cats.
You jump over traffic as well, like everyone's just leapfrogging each other on the motorway.
It's irritating that
until you hit a hydrogen bus.
Because things that are really small seem to be able to take fucking tons of damage and be able to do crazy ass shit. Like,
for example, snails.
Even like think about like bugs. Motherfucker, you could chuck a bug off the Empire State Building and it'd be fine when it lands. But I tell you what, is a human. And it's like toy cars. You fly them off anything, and they land, and they just go bonk, and then you can put them back up again. You do that with a real car, it crumples into dust. Now I tell you what,
dude, have you not seen like some rally car crashes?
Have you watched that film with Matt Damon where they shrink him?
Matt Damon, Honey, I Shrunk Matt Damon.
You know, I don't know. It's like it was a really bad film. I didn't even watch it. I watched the trailer, but I tell you fucking what. That's a genius idea, because then you can do you can jump.
Does he drive around in like a toy car?
Think about the things you can do.
Stuart Little.
Let's look at the things you can do. Cool stunts.
This
in your
sounds
car.
like it's for Gerg Sagan. This is
cool stunts in your car, not hurt yourself. You can jump off the Empire State Building. I mean, the amount of suicides.
How do you get your car up to the Empire
suicides
State?
alone dropping is.
Well, dropping's probably not the right word.
Wait, they can't drop anymore, can they? They're all jumping off buildings and nothing's happening. Although.
Well, so your solution to suicide is just shrink the people who feel a bit.
Shrink them so they can't do themselves damage.
Because then if they
want
to overdose,
if they want to
overdose on drugs, they can't put them in their mouth anymore because they're too small.
You bite a bit off.
You cut into a pill like that when you're like.
Yeah, but
and just.
Okay,
so
Greg's been driving around. We've shot a load of videos recently. In fact, there's probably one going out by the time this podcast has been filmed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Basically, all you need to sort out with your car at the moment is an aux cable.
Nah, I like having CDs. I honestly think
to scratch them and lose them.
My first car.
But I mean, I'm using I'm burning my own CDs. You know what I mean?
The first car I ever had didn't have an aux or anything, and the radio didn't even work. Ooh. And but my mates used to like me giving them lifts because it was like a social car. If you were going somewhere, you had to talk to each other because there was no sound.
I don't like that. I tell you one thing I fucking love about driving is I love listening to music.
Oh yeah.
I was recording some stuff of him the other day. I didn't put it on Instagram. I was gonna, but that's because you were like fucking playing patty cake with the wheel of the car, and you just got your first car. Not a good idea.
I drive safely. I always drive at the speed limit. Apart from
you're safe.
I accidentally sped. Recently.
No, he went through a bus lane first night.
No, we went to Pompey. It's a piece of shit.
Pompey. I've been driving for nearly 4 years. I find Portsmouth hard to drive around.
Well, the thing is it was nighttime and it had been wet, so I couldn't see the road markings because obviously it's all shiny. Yeah. Matt is just a bad GPS. No offense.
The Matt nav never fails.
Do you see why? Do you get it now? You don't get it until you start driving. But when people are like, "What's the address?" and they go, "I'll just guide you there," and you're like, "Just give me the fucking address." Yeah. Because you get to, and it's like, left there, and you're like,
now it's not my fault. It's her fault on the phone.
It's a nightmare. I always put the sat nav on anywhere I go. It's just, I'll guide you there. No, just give me the fucking address, please.
Yeah, Matt is not a good sat nav.
So what we actually went to the first place in ages that we've been to that was abandoned.
Yeah, we did.
It was quite good.
That's not a thing anymore. No one does abandoned videos anymore.
Yeah, but anyone, if you just do trends on YouTube, then
you're setting trends.
You'll die.
Is that how it works?
Well, no, if you only do trends on YouTube, your YouTube channel will flourish and be amazing. But the people who just do trends on YouTube become sick of what they've created for themselves, because then they always have to do something that they don't want to do.
I don't think they do. I reckon some of them do, but there's so many just sort of, you look at some people on YouTube and it's just like they'd fuck their own mum on a video if it meant getting some fucking cash.
I think they don't care, because for them, for them
man.
It's like they don't really give a shit. But I think at that point they don't care about their content anymore, because at the end of the day it's just, I jump on a trend, I don't really give a shit, just as long as it's making me money, because they all they care at that point is the lifestyle outside of the video.
What's getting on my tits at the moment is them fucking Coin Master ads. With it's just they just sat around and were like, right, we need to get the biggest bunch of like just worthless reality TV stars and the most annoying YouTubers. It has to be them, and they do adverts for us. Yeah.
You're just annoyed they didn't approach you for it.
Mate. Some of the shit they get them to say and the way they get them to act.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Coin Master!
You destroyed my castle!
Yeah, you destroyed my village! Mate. Dude. I wanted to jump through the screen.
It was the ones from what's that, Geordie
Shore,
Geordie Shore. And they had to subtitle them.
Wait, man, Coin Master, why?
I kind of wish that they did that with like anyone north of like Southampton. You know what I mean? They're all fucking speaking weird.
At the end of the day, first off, if you hate it so much, use an ad blocker. Second off,
I can't use an ad blocker.
Don't use an ad blocker for us.
I'm a content creator. I can't use a fucking ad block.
No,
that's
use
blasphemous.
I actually don't use ad block.
I used to before we started.
I know Greg does.
I haven't used ad block since we started. Since I joined Where's My Challenge.
I wouldn't use ad block if we made money from ads.
No. This is what I kind of like ad block, because it's made YouTubers have to get sponsors, and then when you get a sponsor, you get far more money than you would from someone who's not using an ad blocker, and then they can make better videos. They just don't.
The thing is, well, I always have my ad blocker on, because obviously you got a porn site without an ad blocker, you're fucked. It's gonna fuck you right up, man.
And I know you're on some like really depraved porn sites where it's just like pop-ups left, right, and center.
You got on Pornhub. It's just too vanilla. It's just like literally, it's just all a bunch of like white women screaming.
Not enough gaping assholes pooping out Cheerios.
Oh man, if that's what you think is depraved, yeah, I got some shit to show you.
It's been good. I want to propose this to you, but I know almost definitely it'll be a no. We found somewhere on our drives that is really abandoned, but we want to go there really early in the morning. Would you come with us?
Right. Can I just say, you said it would be a definite no, and I'm taking that it's because it was the early morning thing.
Yeah.
Every time I ring you at any point of the day, you're asleep.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with early mornings.
Yeah. But
So I'm cool with it. Are you okay?
It's me. I'm not cool with it.
Oh no,
it was my idea to do an early morning.
It doesn't matter how much sleep I've had. If I get up really early,
you can be our cinematographer.
If I know I've got to be up for something, like
it's easier if you know you have to be up.
So it's not a good idea at the moment with my ankle being the way it is, but at the same time,
my ankle's
fuck it. I've just found out today I'll probably have to wait up to 30 more weeks for my other operation.
We might as well just take you out to the shed now.
I'm gonna mash them to pieces.
Just take them into the fucking hospital. Like, fix them. They're just like all twisted and bone sticking out. Just...
when I heard that, I was like, Greg, get the sledgehammer!
Sledgehammer!
I've got back into listening to music again. I really like listening to music again.
It's good, isn't it, man?
And what, did you go for a bit of a phase?
I just don't know what to listen to. And now I'm just like...
Just come to me, man.
I've been listening to a lot of stuff that I used to. Nothing new, really.
Bit of IDM, man. It's always good. I love music. I listen to music the majority.
You love music?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us some. This podcast is about stuff that we don't already know.
I love it when people have like descriptions on social media things or like dating places, and they're like, "I love music."
Yeah,
it's like, wow, that's so. That's that. You might as well have just written my hobbies include breathing, sleeping.
I'm really into music. It's like, yeah, well, who isn't?
Have you ever met someone that hates all music?
Yes.
Actually, I have met
deaf people.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think about.
I don't think they necessarily hate it.
Yeah, they do.
They can feel the vibrations, though.
Yeah. So fuck
Beethoven.
off.
Yeah. What? And so then, then Beach Boys found out about that, and then they wrote a song called "Good Vibrations," and it sounds amazing, but you can't still hear it.
There's not much vibration in it. It's sort of more like.
So basically,
there's not enough bass in the Beach
deaf
Boys,
people love bass.
You know what would be great? I got an idea for our next YouTube video.
Deaf drum and bass.
We get people that used to be able to hear, but they can't anymore. And we put them in a big room with these speakers, and we blast music, and they have to guess what genre it is.
Genre, but yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
like a big Marty McFly speaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. So if you're up for it, we'll talk about that off camera. But
yeah.
We found it, and it looks amazing, and it looks like it would be a good video.
Yeah. And we just want to explore around it.
Easy to film, because that's one thing about banning videos. All you have to do is get there. They're so easy to make.
That's true.
And get out there when the clowns, ghosts, or something else attacks you.
Do you remember those clowns? Do you remember that?
I
mean, it's just a spoiler. I mean, you know, me and Greg did the thing about the deep web boxes. The next one we're going to do is about calling so-and-so at 3 a.m. Have you seen those videos?
No, I don't watch YouTube anymore, and I'm so glad I don't.
Calling Ronald McDonald at 3 a.m. And so you ring it, and it's like,
hello, why are you ringing me? Oh, I'm gonna rip you.
What?
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh my god, it's Ronald McDonald!" And then it's like there's like a knock at the door.
But that doesn't even make any sense.
I know it doesn't make any sense.
Ah,
it's funny.
I fucking hate YouTube.
The problem with satirizing YouTubers is hard. Yeah, you have to go out of space to fucking make it that.
Do you know what?
Step higher.
Do you know what though? It's genuinely got to the point though, like with YouTube, where it's kind of scary because kids don't watch TV anymore. All kids, or at least 95% of them, are all watching this type of shit on YouTube. Bro, they're gonna go out into the world and just believe any old shit.
Oh no, man!
Do you know what?
Why do you think anti-vaxxers are rising again?
Dude,
it's YouTube's fault.
Imagine being like a teacher and you've got all these kids that are like, the clowns are coming to get us.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, clowns don't exist. And then they hire a clown for someone's birthday party.
Dude, mate. In like 50 years, it's just
everyone's gonna have like clown PTSD.
I think this is, you know, like that film Idiocracy.
Yes. YouTube.
It might actually happen, man. I think YouTube might be the catalyst that makes it happen.
Maybe. This is the longest intro we may have ever done before getting into the topic. Last episode, we said in a future episode, we may do this topic. Topic.
Okay.
The topic is weird UK laws.
Weird UK laws.
Because you said about doing it, I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I've done a little bit of research. By a little bit of research, I watched no videos. I saw a one list, and I found a picture.
Oh, okay.
So fuck knows if any of these are actually true.
This is going to be comprehensive.
But for the sake of this podcast, they are definitely true.
Because I spent about 3 or 4 hours doing the Mandela effect, and you guys were like, "Fucking this shit, that shit." I'm just like, from now on, I'm just gonna read other.
Sex in the City, yeah.
I've watched nearly every episode of that fucking show, and I got that completely wrong. Yeah. Okay. So.
And we just disproved the Mandela effect there because you said that to us and we were like, oh, is it? Oh, right, yeah. And we would have gone and told our friends. I went home and told Bethan, like, it's not actually called that. It's called that. And she was like, oh, is it?
No, because it can't be true because...
No, but that's what I mean. That's how it happens because it just spreads.
It's like falling dominoes.
No, I mean it has to be true because it's fucking Sinbad, man. It happens.
Okay, so what were the two that you mentioned?
Two laws I mentioned?
Yeah, the two weird UK laws.
If you're pregnant, because you're obviously not allowed to piss or defecate in the street, but obviously pregnant women, when they got to go. And there's a supposed law that if you're a pregnant lady in the street, you're allowed to piss in a policeman's hat.
Now, supposedly that is true. I don't think anyone's actually tried that, to be honest.
No.
And I don't know if it's just piss or shit or baby as well.
Piss, shit, or baby.
It's just a weird thing, isn't it? Who sat there and thought, okay, so we don't like people pissing.
Afterbirth?
We don't like people shitting and pissing in the streets.
Does he have to put the hat back on?
You're gonna have to do it in police officers' hats instead. Like, imagine if this woman's like there, she's about to shit, and the police officer's, look, I'll give you a ticket if you do, but you can do it in this hat. That's not gonna happen. I don't get it.
I just imagine him stood there with that big like tit hat, just holding like a bucket, like holding all this piss, and he's like, well, I can't pour it on the street, can I? Like, and then the other policemen's come past.
I know
like,
what happened.
Yeah,
what happened is all those suffragettes were like, let's give us votes, and then the men were just like, we don't want to give them votes. So they were like thinking, like, what can we do to appease the women for? And it's like, let them piss and shit in policemen's hats. That'll make it seem like they're really cool with it. I don't know. I'm just trying to.
So that's supposedly true.
I'm trying to understand why a law like that.
Yeah, supposedly true, and same with all of these are supposedly true.
The other one I mentioned was that you're allowed to piss up against the back wheel of your own car.
Yes, on the back tire of your own car.
Only the back.
I did that the other day, didn't I?
He did that the other day.
It's good, isn't it?
He did that the other day, yeah. But afterwards, he opened his boot and then closed it again, and then came in and was like, "Yeah, just in case they were suspicious." like he was checking his boot.
No, I did that, and I'll tell you why. Because there were so many people around.
I tell you what I do, right? You make sure you've got your back to, even if there's loads of people. Like, I've done it like in town and places. You know, a lot of people walking around, and you get your phone out and you sort of walk around your car like, and then you pretend you're on the phone and you lean up against the car like that, and then you just whack your todge out and just stand pissing like.
Well,
just pissing like.
Both
everywhere.
of you boys have tried to follow the correct laws of the country and have failed because you're supposed to do it with your right hand on it at all times on the bonnet, on the boot. Sorry, I
was going to say on the bonnet while you piss up against the back seat.
So you put your right hand on the bonnet and then you piss on your wheel.
Yeah,
and that's legal.
That's legal.
Why do you have to have your right hand on it?
Because then I don't know. Both of you tried to follow the rules, but you kind of pissing on your own shoes there by breaking the law.
I did piss on my own shoes.
Now you've admitted it on a podcast. You're both going to prison.
If you know any weird UK laws that we don't mention, please write them down in the comments. Or if you know any like weird local laws in little like towns and shit like that, or if you are from abroad and your country has some weird laws, then please write them down.
I'll tell you what, we could do one for just America, like we're just doing for UK, and then one for the rest of the world because, well, let's be honest, people only care about UK and America, and the rest of the world's kind of like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but I reckon you could find some really fucked laws.
No, there definitely is. I looked through and I was debating whether to do that or not, but then
Middle East edition, yeah.
I was like, we need to at least stretch 3 episodes out of this because I'm running out of ideas. Please give me ideas, thank you. Next one. So
I don't think we could do one on foreign laws.
Yeah, we could.
No, because I think you'd want it all cut out.
No, because I would say I'd say the laws, and then you'd be like, "That's like cutting the throat of a crying woman and fucking her throat, and then stomping the cum, and then
that's nothing like anything.
Opening her mouth and then putting in a poo in it, and then pulling the poo out of her neck."
Whenever I mention,
I don't know why.
Whenever I mention like what happens in other countries, you're always like, "Greg, you can't say that," and I'm just like, I'm just stating facts.
Here's one. Scottish lose. In Scotland, if someone knocks on your...
Scottish lose what?
The war. Friends. I don't know.
Every sporting event they're ever involved in.
In Scotland...
Low drug addiction rates.
In Scotland, if someone knocks on your door and requires the use of your toilet, you must let them enter!
Fuck off. No way.
I need a piss.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fucking swinging a crowbar, and it's 4 a.m. He's like, and he's ballied up, and he's like,
Yeah.
I need to take a piss.
You're just there looking through the eye hole like, well, he looks very suspicious, but he does need a pee.
Just imagine the phone call like, hello, there's someone at my door and he's asking to use the toilet and I don't want him to. He's like, well, he needs the toilet. And you're like, yes, all right. And he's like, oh, you've got to let him in then. Like, it's got to happen.
Wait. If someone doesn't let
got
you
to
in,
use the toilet.
Like, imagine you're like really need a pee and you knock on this guy's door and he's like, no, I'm not letting you in. And you're just like, hello, police?
Are you then legally...
This dude's not letting me in his house to pee.
Are you then legally allowed to, like, piss through the letterbox if they don't let you in?
If the police turn up, can I put my right hand on
right hand on the door knocker
on the boot?
You're allowed to piss through the letterbox.
This is my idea for getting this. What you do, is I would just have a bucket outside the front of my house. So pee in this.
Welcome to piss in this.
Just piss.
Does someone nick your bucket?
In this. Oh no! You want my pissy bucket?
Or
you mate, Scottish people.
Oh, dude! Literally, I've just remembered something like crazy.
Yeah, go on. Then.
I'd completely forgotten about this. I remember as a kid, like, you know when you're like a really little kid and you can just find anything interesting to play with. You know, like buckets. I'll fill the bucket up with water and I'll just like you're just doing any old shit. I remember being in my nan's back garden and... What's he doing?
He's going on his fucking phone.
During the podcast. Bastard. Yeah, I was in my nan's back garden and I'm just like playing with like this orange like B&Q bucket, just filling up with water and just dicking around like kids do. And I remember for whatever reason putting it on my head. This bucket.
What, a piss bucket?
Well, no, I didn't... It was just a normal bucket, like... My nan looks after the garden and stuff, so it's just like a garden bucket.
A little bucket on there, yeah.
Yeah, I also just put a little bucket on my head, and I found out that whenever my great-granddad used to come over and he'd sit outside in the sun, they'd make him piss in it because he couldn't walk into the fucking toilet. That is grim. I'd completely blocked that out of my mind, and as soon as you said that, I was like... Oh fuck!
Unearthing.
Yeah.
Oh
shit!
What's the right word for it?
Childhood suppressed
memory.
Where you learn the behaviour to use like buckets to go to the toilet. You know what I mean?
That's actually a very nice thing, kind of, to do for someone, isn't it?
One in the family, isn't it?
I always thought if I got that old,
just let him piss in his pants.
I'd.
It was up to me.
It's just easier, isn't it?
Have you seen those like? People would cut out the bottom, like they have a seat that they bring with them everywhere, but the bottom's cut out. Piss through it.
No, that's not real.
Yeah, it is.
What to like do at the bus stop? Where?
Yeah, it's
where are you doing?
I've seen people do it.
You've seen it. I've seen that shit, but like.
It's like a shit Zimmer frame.
Oh no!
For shitting.
It's very common in Asia, in China, because where they.
But that's not that weird then.
They have squat toilets, don't they?
That's not that weird then. You know when you squat and poop.
We use one.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's like I quite like it.
It's supposed to be better for your colon.
Oh yeah.
No. That's why they sell them little like shit stools, isn't it? Because as an animal, which is what we are, we were never supposed to shit on toilets.
Speak for yourself.
You were supposed to just squat.
Fucking rat.
Because it does open up your your colon better, and it just lets the shit slide out.
And you don't have to wipe it.
That's why we as a species have so many issues, because we don't shit right.
You don't have to wipe as much as well. Because it spreads your butt cheeks apart. Whereas if you're sitting down, they're close together. That's where you get shit in your butt cheeks.
Dude, when you're
you squat.
The fat of your butt, the more there is to wipe. It's fucking shit.
Do you when you go on the toilet? Do you lift one cheek and slap and then lift and then so it's super spread eagle and then you've got your ass cheeks hanging over?
No, I don't do it every time, but I have done that. I will say one thing. I'd need one of those fucking bidets. Anyway, so this is going on to the next one. This is under a law from 1839, which is apparently still around today.
It was from 1839 and it's still...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, dude, our fucking thing is full of laws that just haven't been changed.
Candles blown out.
They get forgotten
and no one gives a fuck anymore.
All right, sure.
And they're all passed by like kings and queens who are like, somebody once wore no socks around me, and I don't like feet, and therefore everyone has to wear
everybody
socks.
must bring me a present once a month.
Because of the local law system we have as well. If say a police officer arrested you for it, and the judge took you to a judge can just be like, oh, I don't like that law, and just chuck it out.
And then you piss in his hat.
Dude, I want to
We live in such a weird country.
I should be like, yo, judge, you're that judge that doesn't mind if people murder each other.
It's like, yeah, well...
Yeah, that's me! Yeah, okay. It's illegal to knock on someone's door and walk away. And that includes ringing a doorbell without excuse.
Wait, so there were kids playing Knock Door Run in 1839?
Straight up that was happening, and he was like, I want to hang these little bastards. So he passes this law, hangs a few kids.
Well, it's not like they could check the CCTV, is it?
Oh, man.
All right, Jimmy, I think we should go up to the house on the street and knock the door.
That you can't do now. Like, back then, you could accuse people of stuff. And, like, say you were a lord or something, you could get away with
I bet it only came into sort of a law in 1839 because up until that point they assumed it was just witches or ghosts ringing the doorbells.
That's probably why they passed the law, so that they could like hang the witches.
We need a witch hunt, everyone. Every night at exactly 3 a.m. my doorbell rings and there's no one there. Ooh, hunt down the witch.
My doorbell keeps getting rung, and when I answer it, there's a bag and it's on fire. And I stop to put it out. But I get
back in 1839, it wouldn't have been a bag of dog shit. It would have just been like a stray dog.
A bag of...
And there's
a stray dog on fire.
Just stomping on it. It's like I've got mushed up dog on my foot now.
What about a burning bag of puppies? All right. Okay. Yeah.
It's just been a street rat, like.
What's up?
Street rat.
So put me out the
Scoundrel, take that. Just a little snack, guy.
They released a new trailer for Aladdin.
Have you seen it?
They released it.
It looks a lot better than the teaser.
No, it
one.
doesn't. It
does.
looks so
It looks
bad.
a lot better than the teaser.
It looks like
better than the teaser.
It looks like one of those Bollywood films that people put the clips
Fuck
up
off.
on. It looks like a Bollywood film. It's the quality of a Bollywood film.
Yeah.
It looks like one.
What's wrong
It's
with
Aladdin.
Bollywood? What's wrong with Bollywood films?
It's Aladdin, you
They're
fucking
cheesy and weird looking.
You
I don't agree.
It's
How dare you.
Disney.
Aladdin is not Indian. It's Arabian. You racist.
Yeah, but they don't have much of a fucking movie scene, do they?
Yeah. Well,
Exactly. Okay.
Well, it's made in America, and the people in it are Americans. So I don't give a shit what you say.
Yeah, but all the old Disney films, it's always like Beauty and the Beast are supposed to be set in France. They all speak in American and English accents, apart from Lumiere, who speaks English with a French accent. Disney are notorious for fucking being accurate.
Racist.
Kids ain't good at reading subtitles.
No. Well, you can watch Beauty and the Beast in the French version. Just saying.
Imagine that in Aladdin.
What is Lumiere in that? Is he speaking French but in an English accent?
Okay, the next one is
Bonjour,
very
man.
stupid, and it's something we should probably just drive up to London for one day just to do, or you can do it anywhere, but since 1939, when the war happened, remember that?
Remember that one?
The second one, not the first one.
Oh, number 2, wasn't it? Yeah.
The best one.
I heard that one was bad.
Well...
Go on.
It's been against the law to carry a plank along a pavement. Now I'm thinking that this is the king has seen this, or the queen. No, it would have been the king, wouldn't it? He's seen a Laurel and Hardy movie where some geezer had just turned around.
No. There was an old I can't remember if it was silent. I remember watching it as a kid. My dad had it on DVD. It was a black and white film called The Plank. And the whole premise of the show, it wasn't
That's the Chaplin one, isn't it?
I don't think it was Chaplin. I can't remember if you... Oh, I honestly can't remember. I'll Google it afterwards.
One of them old geezers.
But it wasn't like a series, or it was like a Laurel and Hardy film. It was like that, and it was I don't know, like an hour long, 40 minutes long, and it was just like these two guys that had to get a plank from one place to the other, and loads of dumb shit happened. He obviously saw that and was like, this looks like it could be trouble.
Movie premises. Greg's moaning about, Aladdin looks a little bit too Bollywood. Two guys walking around with a plank for an hour.
Two guys, one plank.
Well, you can. I think that would be an amazing art film, actually. Personally, I'd watch it.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find it. It's called The Plank. I've still got it on DVD somewhere. I watched it when
The
I was
original
10.
one's The Plank. You remember planking? Did you guys ever plank anywhere cool?
No.
Never planked. Because I never dabbed. I did dab in a live.
Do a dab right now.
Do a dib dab.
Cool.
Dab your head into a dib dab.
Such a white person thing, isn't it? Fucking whitey crackers.
That's way
Honkies!
That you gonna die, honky.
Look, goddamn honker.
This one
Yeah, go on.
is a rule against women.
Oh, women, know your limits.
Mate, that's it. Women, no.
Oh no, it looks like the woman is preparing to talk.
It says here.
The men look disapprovingly at her.
It is illegal for a lady to eat chocolate whilst on a public transport.
That's
Is
not
that
true.
still around?
I don't think that one's still around. It
that
does
was
say
so
here that they still exist, but that one, like with the movement now, you know that one's not staying around for long. If it is true,
I'm gonna call
It
it.
was it was just Yorkies. They weren't allowed to eat on trains or
You
anywhere.
can get done for wasting police time. If I report a woman doing that, am I wasting their time? Would I get done?
Not if it's still in practice.
Yeah, because technically, I'm making them aware that someone's breaking the law.
no, I can imagine there's like a misogynist geezer who gets that call and he's like, what?
I'll be there in 10 seconds.
Do you know what would be a great video if we found like all like the really pernickety small laws and we just went around and like in one day see how many we could break.
I think I've seen people do that.
Really?
Yeah, something similar.
Oh, that'd be great.
It would be great.
I'll get like legally change my gender, and I'll eat a chocolate on a public transport.
Just dress as a woman and say you're a woman.
I'll get Bethan to pose as a pregnant woman and see if she can piss in a policeman's hat. But they don't wear them big hats.
She will have to
anymore,
piss
really,
in it for it to count.
I have seen a big hat recently.
I've seen a big hat.
Was it that guy with a big head wearing just a normal hat?
No, you know that. No. You know that guy in the Mighty Boosh. He's
Yeah.
like his head's like 2 foot. I'm 4'6" without shoesies.
I would love to steal a policeman's hat.
Have you seen that video of the guy?
What, and then steal a policeman's hat?
Did you see that video of the guy
Yours
that looked
back
like
to-
Seth Rogen who pushes the policeman over? Yeah.
No,
And he even laughs like Seth Rogen. He doesn't even push him over. It's like outside some nightclub, and he just like grabs his policeman, like floors him from behind, just runs off like, and the policeman like goes off. He's brilliant.
What is going on through people's heads?
I don't know, man.
What was going on in his head when he thought to do
Bath salts.
Yeah,
Go on,
maybe-
hit us with
maybe
another
bath
one.
salts.
Next
Women,
one, guys.
no more eating chocolate on the train. or I'll
do not eat
fucking deck you.
Same with
Double deck you.
And let me in your house if I ain't aware if I'm in Scotland. That would definitely be me.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we should. Greg drives us to Scotland, and we knock on loads of people's door in Scotland, and like
for a pee.
just for a piss.
Okay. Yes.
Best video.
Next one.
ever. Sounds like a TGF video, doesn't it?
It is illegal to handle a salmon in suspicious circumstances.
That's the vaguest thing. What's
so vague.
What's suspicious? I think unless you are stood in a kitchen or in the fish aisle at a supermarket, I think holding a salmon anywhere is kind of suspicious.
No.
Okay.
What if you were walking down the street and there's a bloke just like
holding a salmon,
a
that's
fucking salmon like
suspicious.
that? You'd be like, what is
And like, think about it like this, yeah. Imagine you're a police officer. You've been training for years. You've been training.
Got my bat on.
I don't know how long they train, like a month or whatever. Because they're all fucking dimlos, aren't they? And
Ooh, fuck the police.
and
Coming straight from the underground.
yeah, you turn up at this scene of this crime, and there's 3 suspects. Okay, one of them's holding a knife, one of them's holding a gun, and the other's holding a salmon. And you look at your law book, and it's like finding a person with salmon in suspicious conditions. You're gonna be like,
You two, you're alright, man. Piss off, you two. Get out of here. I'll let you off with a warning. But you, I want a word with you, mister.
See,
Be a Captain Birdseye.
These
I
are
want
ones
a
that we
word.
could all do. I'm pretty sure people have done.
Did you find any laws on grave smashing?
No.
So you as a woman, if Greg was a woman, he can't eat chocolate on a train. He's allowed to. He can't hold a fish in public, but he's still allowed to sniff and smash up
Not smash.
children's
Not
graves.
smash.
Yeah.
Sniff.
There are no laws against going up to a grave and taking a fat whiff. I don't think you're allowed to scrape off dust to get a good whiff, but I'll still do that anyway.
You can brush off the top.
No
of the
touching.
No touching.
But, well, does it count as touching it if you sniff it so hard?
You're lifting with your nose.
Is that why you're always so
Or
ill?
you just sniff it with like one of them little
That's why I
coke
got
straws.
sinusitis, because the grave dust is just...
No, I don't think it's the grave dust. It's because you go into the graveyard where there's loads of grass.
You're probably right, man.
And you sniff in graves. You should go into, is it mausoleums?
Oh.
I could just go to sand graves. You know, like...
Sand.
You know what I mean? Like,
What, the
Just go in
pyramids?
cathedrals, man, and just like sniff the floor.
yeah, like the pyramids. The pyramids, I didn't get one bad reaction at it when I was in the pyramids. I sniffed Tutankhamun. I sniffed his buddy, like...
Well, technically, everyone's sniffing everything that they're near.
That's true. In fact, if you ever go through a cemetery,
Nah,
likelihood is you just
not
sniff the grave.
not people with no noses, Matt.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
I
about
was
them.
thinking about this the other day, alright? Do people that have no nose still smell?
You were genuinely thinking about what I just said the other. You were
Yeah.
thinking about people with no noses.
Yeah.
But
I was genuinely thinking about this the other day.
No, but it depends what you mean, because...
If there's a
Is-
hole there, they should
No.
still be able to smell.
Yeah, but where is the smell? Look, like where is the sensors that make you smell? Are they like inside your sinuses?
I thought
Are they
it
in
was.
your
I
nose?
thought it was the collective thing of
Well, it's
like
your
all the
taste buds,
fibers of
isn't
your
it?
nose.
No, your taste buds are on your tongue.
Yeah, but
But
isn't
most
it like?
of taste is like there's little sensors right in the back of your mouth at the top.
Yeah,
that
but
are
when
the
you
same as
sniff,
your nose.
people say that when you sniff stuff, don't you also taste it?
Yeah.
So it's got to be related.
No, half your taste is not your actual taste. It's part of your smell. So it's really weird. It's all because the whole idea of there being 5 senses is just a bit. It doesn't really make
There's
add up.
there's loads more, isn't there? There's like balance counts as one, perception
Yeah,
is
yeah.
another. But then I don't know. Does that really count? Because that's
It does because it's you're sensing the world around you.
Yeah,
When
but
your balance is
it's
sensing
not.
your
Yeah,
positioning in the
but
world.
it's not an organ for you to sense it.
Yeah, there are. There's. I think your balance is done by organs
Yeah.
inside your ear,
Cool.
but it's not technically part of
This
your
comedy
your hearing.
podcast, guys. Right. So the next one is an executical. Fuck my brain. Executable.
It's a comedy podcast, Matt.
Yeah, but getting
Say it right.
people
Say
saying
it funnily. You have to say it in a
people
funny
saying
voice.
things wrong is funny. It's an executable offence to allow your pet to mate with another pet of the royal house.
What?
What?
So like, if your dog gets caught fucking a corgi,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're fucked.
If
Yeah.
I take,
Well, so's the corgi, but
if
yeah.
I take my mutt round Buckingham Palace for like a cup of tea to visit the Queen and that, oh, you're right. And I'm just having a chin wag the Queen, like, yeah, I know, some fucks in it. Yeah, it's your fault. I'm just, jossing with you. And I turn around and my dog is nuts deep in her dog. I'm gonna get done for that.
You're gonna have your head cut off.
I-
That's one of the laws on here that I don't think we could go around and break.
I think we
Yeah,
can.
but there's no execution.
What? Yeah, but what? To what
So
point?
that can't still be a law.
Yeah, like royal animals. Yeah, like what is the sort of threshold? Like, say I don't know, like
Horses.
What's his name?
Swans.
Yeah, but the princes, like I don't know, like Prince Harry. Yeah.
They don't count as.
Does his dog count?
Well,
Is that a royal dog?
I thought
Can
you
my
were
dog
gonna.
fuck his dog? I don't
I
fucking
thought you
know.
were gonna go on to like his wife or something.
Well, we could go on to
Oh.
swans. Swans.
Yeah,
is a good
Camilla, can you?
thing. Can you fuck a swan?
It says to allow your pet to mate with a pet of the royal house.
Dude, you wouldn't want to fuck a swan,
Yeah, but-
man. They're
yeah,
vicious.
swan- yeah, but
They'd end up
swans are
fucking you.
That's
It'd be
another
great
thing.
deep throat,
Is
though.
it true that the Queen owns the swans? I don't know if that's just a.
Well, we'll
Doesn't
get
she
onto
own everything?
I don't
Like,
know,
when people say it, it's like
bullshit.
she owns all the swans in the country. It's like,
It
does
says
she not
it even
own
says-
everything?
It even says on your money that like technically the Queen owns it, and I'm just there like.
Yeah.
no,
Like,
no.
if you owned a chip shop, right, and the Queen walked in one day and was like, I want a bag of chips. Like, you'd have to be like, yeah.
I would do that, and then
Or she'd go, I want this
No, but
shop.
I-
It's nice. You'd have to give it to
Well,
her,
no,
wouldn't you?
No, I'd tell that bitch to fuck off, man.
I know you would.
Fucking fat saggy.
No, you fat saggy.
Yeah, fat saggy. Well, she's not really fat, but she's definitely saggy.
Mr. Long-legged fat daddy.
Yeah, but the thing, that's another thing. Like,
I want to see the Queen naked.
yeah, that's an interesting thing. I'm thinking like
She needs to
very,
be.
very droopy.
She needs to be sort of transparent with her.
I think
Clothes.
the way I see it is that like
Oh.
she like rules over us, yeah? But what do we get in return?
I want to see her naked.
Do you reckon she sleeps in the nude, or do you reckon she has like little Buckingham Palace pajamas? Oh, I hope she don't wear like a 90. That would be even creepier.
I feel like
One of them see-through wispy
I
ones.
feel like she goes to bed and she's like put up to all these tubes and stuff. she's there. Like...
What? And it's just blood of like young children, like keep like making them like not.
Man, that tradition started with Queen Victoria.
Apparently, they do that though, like transfusions, like really famous rich old people. Not famous even, but like rich old people, they get like blood transfusions from young people.
Why?
Because they think it makes them more youthful.
Well, so does eating tiger's dick, but you know what I mean. Just do that.
What? Whoa! You can't just say that.
No.
It's a famous herbal cure for.
Here's one for both of you as well.
Go on.
That obviously isn't true. Right? It could be true. It could be in the law books, but they're not arresting people because I've seen millions of people do this every single day. You must carry a bale of hay in your vehicle at all times.
When this law was written, by vehicle, did it mean horse and cart?
Yes.
Right. Well, yeah. Is that because it's like extra fuel? You know, like now you've always got to carry like, oh, make sure you got a de-icer and you got oil and you got, you know, spare petrol just in case. Is that like back then? It was like, whoa, you better have some hay in case that horse keels over. You got to jump start it in the middle of a field.
Yeah, that's well annoying. You know, like horses are heavy. So you know, like Red Dead, where they die sort of just fucking running into a fucking trunk.
Trees, yeah,
they run into, they jump off something that's about a foot high and it crumples their legs over.
Cracked its skull.
And can you imagine having to move that afterwards? I would just be like,
I think
that's where it's resting.
Yeah.
That's where it's there forever now.
You know, like chickens. Like, you cut their heads off and they run about. Like, what's the threshold of animals that can still do that? Could I cut a horse's head off? And he runs about.
Are you Godfather?
Yeah.
What?
I always wondered what.
In The Godfather.
I always wondered what happened to the body of that poor horse. His head had a nice little bed.
The body was in another gangster's bed. Like he woke up with a horse's body in his head.
Wait. Do they still use horses for glue?
No, of course they don't.
Sad.
Do they still use whale blubber for chewing gum?
That would be. I think like they do in like Canada.
The one thing I was going to say about this is I remember seeing a horse and carriage up close because we live in England, and sometimes they're still around.
Yeah, well,
gypsies,
and there was it was just going along, and I caught a glimpse of like because they have these poo bags, don't they?
Yeah.
They have poo bags.
Yeah.
Or for
So
people who
like
don't know what they
shit in
are.
the street,
yeah, it's literally just like a bag underneath their arsehole that fills up with poo. And it was already pooing onto a full bag.
Oh,
and
no.
it just made me laugh. Have you guys ever eaten a mince pie on Christmas Day?
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Because it's illegal. Next one.
I fucking hate mince pie.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's what it says.
It's not.
Next
what?
one.
That food that's
Next
specifically
one!
eaten at Christmas?
Maybe that's why it is though. Because they're like, let's get back at these guys for saying we can't eat it on Christmas, and that's how the tradition started.
Go on, Matt. Next one.
All beached whales and sturgeons must be offered to the reigning monarch.
What do you mean offered? I present you
This is your whale.
Everyone needs to carry it, and then they have to take it. They have to take it all the way to Buckingham Palace, and it's like
when a whale washes up in the Thames, you have to pick it up.
And they're all chanting like sacred words about the Queen as they offer it to her.
That's one thing. See, if we go back to like episode 4, we say about what we do with £1 billion, I would pay
to have a
1,000 people,
lifted.
100 quid to pick it up and walk it through the streets just for my own amusement.
Just drop it outside Buckingham Palace, like.
There you go.
Have that.
Now that's one.
This is your way.
If we're gonna do that video, that's what we definitely can't do. The next one is it's illegal to eat the swans basically because they're all queens. Anyway, next one is beating or shaking carpets, mats, or rugs is illegal. Doormats may be beaten, but not after 8 in the morning.
That's another
Arrested.
That's another old one because like in all films you see that are based in like Victorian England or you know in sort of more medieval times, they're all like bashing the rugs out the window, aren't they?
Yeah,
they like beat them out the window,
hang them out the window, hit them with a tennis racket.
Just after they chucked a bucket of their shit into the street, like
means you shit out of the window. Blackadder. Yeah,
love Blackadder.
There's that one.
Why did they used to throw their shit out their window?
Because that's where the sewage line used to be, wasn't it? Because you would have the street, and then in the street there were two grooves because they didn't have proper sewage systems or toilets.
Yeah, it must have stunk.
They just had like a toilet seat with a bucket. They would do their thing.
Imagine the smell.
Yeah, well, that's why they were always diseased every fucking couple of years. That's why they always had like mass fucking plagues and shit because they were literally just walking around in streets of shit and piss.
Yeah, that sounds
cholera.
Like, no wonder.
I'm starting to like it a bit more now.
Well, what are you worrying about the smell? You can't smell shit. Quite literally.
Yeah.
In fact, it's funny. The only time you ever complain about any smell ever is when I shit in the toilet, and it's like.
I have sinusitis that makes it hard for me to smell. Like I can smell strong smells, and I tell you what, there's one strong smell I can always smell. It's fucking mad shit.
It is bad.
That's what I said about meats eating shits, though.
It smells like it smells like an iron.
Motherfucker, you need to start eating hay or some shit.
Your shit,
your
shit smells like pure zinc. It's so weird.
These guys love the smell. Well,
that would be a really good video, though. Living like a medieval person for a week. Where like you have to beat your rug out the window and you gotta like
brush your teeth for shit.
You got shit. You wouldn't even brush your teeth. You got to shit in a bucket and chuck it out the window, pissing out the window.
Brushing teeth thing. Here's one that you're both going to enjoy. This one says no death cabs. It's illegal for a cab in the City of London to carry rabid dogs or corpses.
Imagine.
That's all my tag.
Imagine. Just like, yeah, it's just me and my mate. It's just two of us. Come on, get in. And it's like, he's paying. No, I'm joking.
Weekend at Bernie's.
I was about to say, weekend at Bernie's sort of situation.
Fucking. I know plenty of cabbies that would, though.
I would.
Give me an extra $5, done.
What, with a rabid dog?
Well, that's the good thing.
Maybe not a rabid dog, but definitely a corpse.
That's a good. Well, the good workaround for that is we have Uber now. You just call an Uber and you got.
They'll turn you into a corpse.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
Wasn't there that cab driver going around killing people?
That was an episode of Sherlock.
Yeah,
mate.
must have stopped now because you know about it.
Yeah, that's why I said wasn't
Yorkshire
there.
Ripper?
No, Pete Sutcliffe on a cab driver.
Who's that? Sutcliffe. I thought he was. I get all of them mixed up. Like,
Greg, you thought Pete Burns was a serial killer.
He could be.
He may well have been.
He may well have been.
Oh, is he dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
You spin me round,
Dead or alive?
round.
Dead.
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 Yeah, that is a weird one.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But what
I
if you die in it?
Yeah, wait, so is the taxi driver then making...
What if you're in it with your really calm dog, you die, and then because you've died, the dog turns rabid? What happens?
Yeah, what if you have rabies, you bite your dog, and then you die, and then the dog becomes really rabid because he's got rabies? It's like...
Then it's law that the cabbie just has to abandon the taxi and just get out and just
I would
leave
just drive it towards a pier and jump out the last minute.
Yeah, but then you have the issue is that your entire livelihood's gone into the sea.
That's not.
Yeah, because you're a cabbie.
Yeah, but I'll just sue the fucking idiot who bit his dog.
But he's dead.
He's dead now, yeah.
I'll sue his estate.
Oh, okay. What is 5 children who are all now fatherless,
and they've lost their pet.
and their mother died
Oh,
at a very young age.
fucking hell!
Well, she was giving birth to little Timmy, and he's there and he's crippled.
Tell Tiny Tim I won't be coming home.
He has your ankle problem, but worse. Like his legs were like rock because they were all like covered.
What the fuck are you even talking about now?
Yeah, I don't know what. Greg's weird today.
I had sleep deprivation.
Too much cold coffee.
It's fucking with my
Right, so what we've found out so far is quite a lot of stuff that we've either done or is so out of the realm of possibility of being able to be done
I think we could do
that it's ridiculous. What this? That fucking... Well,
I think we should go kill a whale.
I don't think
pretend it's beached, and then be like, Queen.
I don't think it's necessarily that these are like so out of this world that it's more to do with the fact that when in any social situation would this ever happen, who would try and take a corpse on a taxi? You could do it very easily, but it's like, who's ever done that?
What?
But someone must have done for them to have that as a law.
That's the thing.
Why can't I bring
all
him
these
on?
laws have a reason for them to be a law? So there's a story behind every one of them somewhere.
Some bloke must have tried to get a corpse on a taxi.
What annoys me is that it's evidence that the world used to be cooler and now it's lame. Because like back then,
because of all these laws, Greg.
Well, back then, like you'd be in London and it's normal to take a dead body in a taxi. That's cool. But nowadays, everyone's like, "Oh, there's a law against it."
I miss rabid dogs as well.
Imagine that he like pulls his window back down a bit. He's like, "Where do you want to go?" All right, just fucking just like biting at the window, foaming at the mouth. Like, I won't charge you. It's for free. Just leave me alone, please.
Yeah, what's like the rule? Like, does the taxi driver have to call the police? Does he have to beat the dog?
Dude, I have two sentences for each of these.
What about bears? Are you allowed to take bears on London cabs? Because when Paddington went back to the Brown's house,
he weren't rabid though.
Did he?
Yeah, but
he was a bear.
It says rabid dogs, not rabid bears.
Well, it doesn't say bears.
Can you take a bear on a taxi?
Well, Paddington's real, so yes.
Is he?
Yeah. Duh.
Isn't he got shiny boots?
That's your way of like. There's no way he can be real because of.
He must be allowed on a taxi. He wears man boots.
I'm just saying.
I believe they're called wellies, Greg.
I've never seen a bear wear wellies, so that's what I'm skeptical.
I have on Paddington.
Oh, I actually.
And he wears a little Anoraki rain hat and a
Paddington
coat.
are actually very good. Both of them are.
But what happened to those hats? They used to be pretty common, and now no one wears them.
Trilbies, mate. Look at any sort of bowler hats.
Who the fuck wears any of that?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But back in the day,
now everyone wears like those
fashion changes, doesn't it?
flat caps. Yeah.
Have you either of you ever asked someone for change?
Yes.
Not in memory. I probably have,
yes.
but I don't remember ever doing that.
That is illegal.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, actually, mate,
it's
a person in Fairham got done for it recently.
Mm.
I heard about that. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, but in what context?
They're just going around asking for change.
Yeah, exactly. No, if you're homeless and it's like, I mean, I don't agree with it. I think that's wrong. I think if they ask for change, it's up to you. If you don't want to give a homeless person change, it's fine if you don't. But there's no problem with them asking. If they are like harassing people and they follow you around, because some crazy homeless people will like harass you to fuck, and that's not right. But if someone asks me for change, and I might give you some, I might not have any. But like I've done it in places where like I've been somewhere like in a car park, and I've got to the front of the machine and been like, oh, fuck.
I can imagine that's going to be an issue for me because I never have change.
Yeah, it's like I am 5p short for fuck's sake, and the woman behind me might be like, "Do you need 5p?" And I'll be like, "Is that all right?" And they're like, "Yeah, just have it." Like,
yeah, but you're not technically asking them for it.
No, but occasionally I have because I've been desperate, and I'll be like, "Is there any chance you can just give me 10p?" Like I've only done it like once or twice.
This is what I do every time I'm coming up short, and I know I'm coming up short. I'm like. And then they're like, oh wait.
Oh, if you were listening there and you weren't watching, Matt just did like some really weird stare, so I was really confused.
The way I see it is that, let's say you're at W.H. Smith, and you're buying yourself a
porn. Well, having a wank in the fucking toilets.
Okay, let's put that past there. So you're buying a porn mag there, yeah? Nice, great porn mag. And
they don't do them in there anymore.
Well, okay. Let's imagine we're back in the 90s and they did. Okay, so you got your change, and you look at it, and you're like, oh shit, I'm 10p short. So you give them the change. You're like, see you later then, and you walk off. That's how you do it.
You know, like in Kevin and Perry when they like throw that sock full of change on the counter.
It's the best way to do it. You just, because I mean, sometimes have you ever given like 2p's to put like we've done that before? Remember that when we were younger? We used to go and get all the change. One day we had just all of these 2p's and 1p's, and we bought backy with it. That is how low we went, and it
wasn't low. So it's not. It was just because
just getting rid of copper.
Getting rid of the coppers. Anyway, yeah, going on to coins. It is an offence to gamble or use abusive or obscene language in a library.
Who the fuck gambles in a library? Or is that to do with online gambling because there's computers in libraries?
I don't know. It's a great place.
Well,
to gamble.
it was set in 1898. I don't think it was there.
I think it's a great place to gamble, though.
I love that. Like the saloon was shut, so the boys walked in the library.
But think about it. Nowadays, the only public space you can really go to like gamble is first casinos, but or you could go to the pub, but they'll kick that out quick. But libraries usually got like one person attending it. They're busy off like reading books, whatever.
Yeah, and they're not even allowed to raise their voice at you.
Yeah, exactly. And
can you get out? No. I can't hear. Speak up.
Can you? Oh, yeah, no. You get so angry that they swear, and then
they have to leave the fucking. Yeah.
No, but it'd be easy to hide because you got your book, you're reading it, but you got your cards.
They don't do that shit anymore.
What?
Like, be really quiet in libraries.
No, of course they don't.
We were in a library today, and there was a bunch of old people just talking loud.
I think it's because people used to study there. Now people just don't.
Yeah.
People just go there. Old people just go there for the social aspect.
There's one of the best videos ever of this geezer who's like got his phone out of a library in America, and he's taking pictures of these women that are on the internet that he's searching. They're like wearing bikinis or something. And he's
yeah. It's like,
and then some guy films him, and he's like,
oh, what? He's taking. Why were there women in bikinis in the library? What?
Because he's taking pictures on the internet on his phone.
Like one of the funniest videos.
And he's just like,
why didn't he just look it up on his phone?
And it's not just that, but it's not. They're not
I'm
even like
so
nude.
confused.
They're just in bikinis. It's just like, dude.
Was it like an old man whose like grandson had mentioned to him about internet porn? He was like, "Well, I can only access the internet
video.
at the
You
library."
need to put a picture of this guy up. His face when he's just been caught is so funny.
Is it as good as that little Chinese man who gets caught sniffing the bloke's arse in the toilet? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
I've never seen.
You've never seen that?
I'll have to watch
He comes in and he's like sniffing his arse while he's having a piss at the urinal, and he's like, and the guy's filming him like what? And he turns and he goes. And he just gets up and he leaves the toilet and he keeps turning around and the bloke's just following him like what the fuck, and he's like,
dude, yeah, this guy he's got his dick out, he's weeing. This other guy is literally like nose deep in his crack, just sniffing away.
Bro. He like stands at the sink, pretends he's washing his hands, and then when the bloke goes, and then he turns.
What do I need to search?
I don't know, just Chinese man sniffs man's arse in toilet.
This makes no sense.
How much? Wait. How much did you watch?
All of it.
Let me see if it's the right one.
It's got to be. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
When he turns around, and he's like, "Oh."
He puts his glasses back up. I can imagine.
No, he didn't want him getting steamed up.
He's like walking past, like,
hello.
Why is he doing that?
He loves sniffing asses.
Yeah, but it's like the guy's still got like his trousers on him. It's just gonna smell like trousers.
It's just gonna smell like trousers.
Why do it in a room that is frequented?
And the door's behind you and you can't see what comes in.
No out game. He wanted to get caught.
I've worked it out, and what's happening...
Is there a law now in China that you're not allowed to sniff people's asses?
What's happening is he knows that, like, when you pee, sometimes it makes you want to have a bit of poo. So sometimes you fart while peeing. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for.
That's like a ritual in England as well. It's that might as well be a law. If you piss in a pub toilet, you have to do a fart.
Yeah, it does. You just. The
amount of times I've been in a pub toilet drunk and there's an old boy stood next to you who would never speak to you at the bar ever. He just sort of look at you like, "Fuck you, old cunt." But you'd be in the toilet and be like, "Oh, all right," and you're like, "Mm-hmm."
That's true.
The fuck.
That is brilliant.
We've got some weird
traditions
customs
over here.
Yeah, if you really want to experience England, go to a random pub.
Oh yeah, there's
Just
one
like-
every
like-
6 yards.
In like some random village in.
We don't like strangers round here.
This is going to be the last one I do today.
That's cool.
I thought they would be a lot crazier. They're not. I'll tell you the ones that are crazy though. Our good old Yankee friends. They've got some fucking weird ones. Like this video, by the way. 100 likes.
100 likes and we'll do American laws.
This is considered the most absurd law by UK citizens.
Go on.
Apparently, it's illegal to die
That's already good.
while in Parliament since it's a royal palace and you would be required to have a state funeral. So, if you die in the Houses of Parliament, because it's a royal palace, you would have to be given a state funeral. But it's illegal, so they won't give you a state funeral because you're dead.
How can you make it illegal to die? Because who do you punish?
Now, I have some...
Well, you don't give them a state funeral. Okay. But then the rule is if you die there to have a state funeral. So it makes no sense.
Okay. What the fuck? That's so like a quadruple,
okay.
like, that doesn't make...
Let's imagine that you're raised believing extremist like views. And
Greg, tell us about that then, Greg. How was it? Yeah,
you had the same upbringing as me. Okay, and you want to become a terrorist when you grow up. So you do.
When I grow up.
So you turn 18 and you're like, okay, finally I can get into the job of terrorism. And
I'm pretty sure they have.
I can send in my application now.
You send in your application and they send it back and they're like,
do you have a CV?
You've passed and here's like bomb making equipment and stuff. So you start making your bomb. You go into the parliament, you blow yourself up, and some people in parliament, do you get a state funeral?
If they can find the bits of you, I guess.
They scrape the goo off the walls.
That's another thing. So like,
I think the IRA actually tried to do something like that. I think so.
I wonder if they got a state funeral.
What, like bomb the Houses of Parliament?
Yeah, his name was Guy Fawkes.
Guy's such a weird name, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, it's like calling a woman girl.
Gal.
Yeah, gal, yeah.
Guys and gals.
Guys and... It's guys and dolls, isn't it?
Doll.
It's not guys.
Doll! But I make dough when I do something wrong. What was that fucking stupid riddle you did?
I don't know, man.
2 hairs line my head.
He knows it so much he fucking hates life.
He watches this back every single day.
No. Do you know what the worst thing about that was? Is that the answer was Homer Simpson.
No,
but you... Yeah, exactly. No, it is. But you went, no, it's vagina.
That's because what happened is...
No, it doesn't work.
The night before that, I was like...
I make 2 hairs line my head. I make dough out of my mistakes.
The night before that, I went on to like some weird part of the internet and it had one of those adverts. Like, and it was a Homer Simpson tattooed onto a woman's vagina. And I was just looking at it and I was like, that's a riddle right there.
I make dough.
Okay, so it was basically...
What vagina makes dough from his...
It wasn't a riddle then, it was figure out what Greg saw on the internet.
Well, the idea was to make shit so that you had 2 hairs lining your head.
Yeah, well, the idea was that it was going to be a trick one so that you lose.
But by a trick riddle, you literally just mean that it had the wrong answer.
Well,
it's what you mean by that.
I set the riddles, and I set the answers. That's just the way riddles work.
Okay.
There's no right answer apart from the answer that I give it.
They were diddles, not riddles.
I got diddled hard.
Oh yeah. So that was the last one. Don't die in the fucking...
If you know any more weird UK laws that we didn't mention, then please write them down below. If you'd like to see us do foreign laws, mainly the US, then get this video to 100 likes, and we will do that.
Oh, can I just point out where I got that from? Just so I don't want to be like robbing sources. List25.com and some picture I found on Twitter.
Robbing sources like I was ballied up in the Heinz factory.
We have a donation.
Ooh, do we?
Sauces, marinara,
we have a donation.
Mayo, ketchup, mustard.
Ketchup, robbing sauces.
I had some mint sauce on my lamb. Oh damn.
Shut
Greg.
up.
Now I'm gonna have some
MC
clam sauce.
In damn.
What rhymes with sauce? Of course.
Morse.
Morse.
Force.
Oh,
okay, so like I'm eating some sauce while I'm watching some Morse. Which one's Morse again? Is that the one with the...
I meant Morse code. But
like... It still spells
Inspector Morse. Well, no, it's Moors, isn't it? What the fuck are we talking about? Do the donation. What the fuck are we talking about? Christ. You like sucked me in then into like this alternate universe
I love doing
where I had no idea. It was like...
It's because I'm sleep deprived and my brain's just thinking in a weird
fashion. You fucked me up then. Go on.
Hey, I've been watching your podcast for a long time and DDMC long before. Keep up the good work. P.S. I wish I could give more. I'm a writer with little to give at the moment. When I make it big, I'll send more. If someone wants something read or read, I'm sorry. If someone wants something read, hit me up on YouTube from Ezio's Blades. And you're in the comment section of every one of our podcasts. So thank you for that donation.
And don't ever apologise for little amounts. We appreciate every penny that you guys give us, because you don't have to do that, and it's really important. It really helps us out. So if you would, we say it every podcast, but if you're still new, because I know we are actually getting quite a lot of new viewers, which is cool. There's always new people cropping up in the comments, or I get people messaging me on Instagram like, "Oh, I only just started watching this the other day," and they're like, following the Threeskins. Like,
that reminds me, I got like 30 message requests. I should probably have a look.
Yeah, have a look through those, man. Yeah, if you would like to donate us some money, and you can be as much as you want, it honestly doesn't matter, and you would like to write a little message and get a little shout out, then our tip jar link is in the description.
I promise you I'll try and read them out to the best of my English reading knowledge, which is like grade 3.
I wonder what being like a writer would be like. I mean, obviously you get to set your own hours, but what I'm thinking about being a writer, like, what would you write about? You know what I mean? If you could write a book, what would you write?
I would write something that was so bizarre that it would only work in my own head, and then it would never get published.
I'd write a fantasy novel, definitely, because you can just spiral on, like,
yeah,
you just go mad.
It'd be like the easiest job. Like
could you imagine Tolkien when he started that, and he's like, there's hobbits, they're little people, they live in holes, and they're in a big world, and there's a place called Mordor that's evil, and there's a mountain full of dwarves.
If you write yourself into like a hole, and you're like, oh shit, how did I get out of here? It's like, oh wait, man, there's like fucking gnomes or some shit.
Yeah, the gnomes just come and help.
Like, you
can just do whatever.
Oh shit, they're on the mountain. How do I get them down? Oh, it's a fucking dragon. It's just like get on the back.
There's big eagles that live somewhere that carry.
You guys are just describing Scientology to me. Right, are we doing Goony Tunes this week?
Hello, welcome back to our regular ending feature that we didn't do last week, so there's no Goony Tunes to reveal.
No one cared.
No.
No one even noticed.
No.
Maybe they did notice, they just didn't care.
Alright then, okay, let us know if you're liking Goony Tunes, or if you'd like to see us start doing something different. You know, just let us know. I personally love Goony Tunes.
Or we can bring back an old thing we used to do.
Yeah. Or maybe you give your suggestions on things that you think that we could do.
Gerg Sagan.
Yeah.
Fat Facts. Fat Cunt News Program.
Yeah.
Rat 101. That wasn't the last one.
Right, okay, Greg, I believe you've got a Goony tune, haven't you? Would you like to perform it? If you don't know how this works, Greg plays a song. It can sometimes be something really obvious, sometimes it can be something very specific.
This one's a little niche.
Yeah.
So,
I can imagine a lot of people like that are our fans may get it, but you've really got to listen.
I think I have to tune my guitar for a bit. So.
Okay, yeah, and the idea is Greg plays a song, and you write down in the comments what you think that song is, and then in the next podcast we will reveal what that song was.
That's Mash Graves. You need to record the audio, re-record the audio for that, because it's like...
I think it's better. I think it's funny like that, though.
It is good.
Right, you ready? Go for it, Greg. You played it a minute ago, fine.
1, 2, 3, 4. There it is.
What was that song? I love that. That was great.
Yeah,
that was really good. Dude, I was struggling so hard not to sing along.
It's good.
Amazing.
I fucking love that song.
If you know what that was, first of all, you're a fucking hero if you know what that was. And make sure you write it down in the comments. Okay, now, we're going to do our little regular thing where we end on a little song.
Yeah!
Or is there anything else that you guys want to...
Yeah.
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 I don't see you bringing anything to the table in terms of spitting.
Yes, because I can't do it.
Neither can I, apparently. I just say yeah.
Look, if you wanna do a bring it to the table, why don't we just end it on me drinking loads of alcohol?
No, because then I'd have to fucking... I wouldn't have to deal with you afterwards. He would.
You
Yeah,
used
go
to
on,
have
then.
to deal with me.
Yeah. That's why I don't do challenges anymore.
Well, just
Okay.
Purely because of that.
No.
I'm gonna cover you in sparks. Play.
That's good, because I thought you were going to say spunk then. So that's alright. Play something, Greggy boy.
You know when you sort of change a word halfway through saying it?
Sparks.
I'm gonna fucking cover you in sparks.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're a lady, don't eat a Kit Kat on a train. Don't eat a Yorkie on a bus. And don't eat Maltesers on a plane. You'll get arrested, but you can piss in a policeman's hat. You just say, I'm pregnant! And that's that. Yeah.
I can't interrupt in these, can I? Get going.
Go on, you can.
No, I can't do it. I haven't got it in like a vocal way. I'm just gonna speak really fast now, so I sound like I'm an Eminem song.
Do it.
No.
Okay.
You go.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
You guys, right? I'm gonna find
Okay.
something to say.
It was all just about laws, wasn't it? What other gimpy laws did you just talk about? Okay, I got something, Greg. I think. If you're walking down the beach and happen upon a big dead whale, grab all your friends, give them a call, say, get down here quick, I need your help. Pick that whale up, it might take a few hundred of you, but you should get through, yeah. Carry that whale to Buckingham Palace and say, have that, you bitch. That's your whale, here you go, Queenie. That's your whale, have that whale. That's your whale. Party round the whale, we'll have a whale of a time. Slice it open, it might do that thing where it explodes all over the place. That would be really great.
The smell.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we could do an intro to a rap song where they just like, yo, what up? Because I can do that kind of spitting. It's like, what's going on?
Go on then.
What's going on, dog?
What's like a rap like?
Can you play that?
Nah.
Nah, it's too impossible. I don't know. Like...
I was literally before you started. The only bars I thought were whale on a beach in the Queen's speech, and that's all I could think of.
Can you do, if you're the rap thing, can you do the old walk this way? You know, because of old
I
run.
even remember how that goes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably not that.
Fucking hell. Right, we should call it a day?
Yeah. Maybe.
Think of some more bars quickly.
Oh fuck. Okay, Greg, play
No. We're gonna do it to some rap music.
Yeah, but then we're gonna get copyrighted.
Fuck. Yeah, no, we can't do that.
Not if it's copyright free.
No, but that's the whole point of Goonie Tunes, is Greg's guitar. It was singing songs around the
globe.
The Threeskins campfire.
That song he did was very good though.
Oh, the Goonie Tunes song.
Hope you guys enjoyed that episode of UK Laws. by the Threeskins podcast. Available on all podcast providers now, not just Spotify and iTunes.
Everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah. Just go fucking watch it.
Make sure to follow all of our personal social media. It's all in the description. And also the Threeskins social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Tip jar, as I said, is in the description. If you would like to give us a little bit of money out the goodness of your heart, and you be able to write a little note that we will read out, and we'll give you a shout out, and we'll love you forever, and Matt will give you a blowjob. And
don't tell people that. That's the surprise of donating.
Amazon link in the description as well. You can shop on Amazon like normal. There's no catch, no nothing, but it helps us out a little bit if you just do it through that link. That would.
Unless you buy a fishing net, there is a catch.
Hey!
You guys say I don't bring much to the table.
Fucking hell, man, that was bad. I'm just keeping it on the real like fishing bait. Oh, fucking hell. Right.
Have a whale of a time.
Because I gave that bitch the free willy and she had a whale of a time. I love Wizard. Right. See you later, people. Greg, do you want to do the outro song? Has he been listening? Greg, do you want to do the outro song?
Yeah.
That's hard to do as a metronome.
What the fuck? You're just using up all the air in your lungs. Stop it.